All right, today we're cracking open what you might call the Digital Citizen's Handbook. We're going to dive into all those unwritten rules and the must-know stuff for the digital world we all live in, whether we realize it or not. So let me ask you something. How digital is your day? Really? I mean, from the second you wake up to the moment your head hits the pillow, how many things you do are tied to technology? Checking the time, sending a quick message. I bet the number's way higher than you think.
And for a lot of us, it starts right away, doesn't it? The very first thing you interact with in the morning probably isn't another person. It's your phone. That alarm is literally just the starting pistol for a digital journey that goes all day long.
Okay, so then you head out the door. Think about your commute. Your guide isn't a paper map anymore, right? Nope. It's an app on your phone giving you real-time updates, when the next bus is coming or which way has the least traffic. It's pretty amazing how technology is just seamlessly guiding us around in the real world.
And it doesn't stop there. Before you even get to work, you've probably used that same device to buy your morning coffee. Just a quick tap, no fumbling for cash, no digging for a card, just a simple digital handshake. It's totally second nature for so many of us now.
You see, all of these little moments, they really add up. We are, essentially, living in this digital world. And, just like any town or city you live in, it's so important to understand the landscape, get a handle on the rules of the road, and really be an active part of the community.
And the basic toolkit you need for this is something called digital literacy. And listen, this is way more than just knowing how to use an app. It's about being able to find information, figure out if it's legit, and even create your own stuff, all in a smart, critical way. Honestly, it's like a foundational skill for being a citizen today.
But what is this digital world actually made of? Like, what are the nuts and bolts? To really get it, we've got to break down the core components, and that starts with the computer.
So first up, the computer. And this definition is super important because when we say computer, we're not just talking about your laptop. Your phone, that's a computer. The GPS in your car, yep, a computer. Your smart TV, you guessed it, a computer. They all do the same basic thing: take in data, crunch the numbers, and spit out useful information for us.
So what connects these billions of computers all around the world?
Well, that's the internet. A great way to think about it is like the planet's nervous system. It's this huge global web of wires, cables, and servers that lets information zap from one side of the world to the other in the blink of an eye. Okay, and this next part clears up something a ton of people get mixed up. The internet and the World Wide Web, they are not the same thing. Here's the easiest way to think about it. The internet is the infrastructure. It's all the roads and highways. The web, on the other hand, is just one thing that uses those roads, kind of like a car. It's the service that gets you to websites and web pages.
All right, so we've got the hardware and the highways, but what do we actually do with all this stuff? Well, this is where it gets personal. We use these tools to connect with each other, to communicate.
And wow, the number of ways we do that has just exploded, hasn't it? It's not just about email anymore. We're on messaging apps all day, building whole communities on social media, having work meetings on video calls. We're even learning new things through formats just like this. These tools have become the main streets for our social and professional lives.
And social networks, of course, are a huge piece of the puzzle. They're not just static websites anymore. They've basically become our digital town squares. They're these living, breathing communities where we share what's going on in our lives, our hobbies, our ideas. And that has completely changed the game for how we connect with each other.
But, just like any big city, this digital world has its dangers. And that brings us to a really, really important topic: security, ethics, and privacy. You got to know the rules of the road if you want to be a smart, safe digital citizen.
And let's be real for a second. The risks are no joke. We're talking about cybercrime, nasty malware, people trying to steal your information, the whole shebang. But here's the most important thing to remember. You are not powerless here. There are absolutely things you can do to protect yourself. And in fact, here are 3 things you can do today to make yourself safer. Number 1, use strong, unique passwords. Don't reuse them. Number 2, turn on 2-factor authentication whenever it's offered. That little code they text you, it's a massive layer of security. And 3, actually go into your privacy settings on your apps and social media. Take control of who sees what. It's your data. But being safe isn't just about locking your own doors. It's also about how you behave out in the digital world. Being a good digital citizen means being responsible. It's about respecting other people's work, their intellectual property, and just applying some critical thinking to the stuff we see and share online. So where does all this leave us? We've covered the tools, how we connect, and the rules of the road. Let's wrap it all up and talk about what it truly means to be a citizen in this modern digital age.
Because it turns out, being a digital citizen comes with some real responsibilities. It means being proactive about protecting your own information. It means respecting other creators and using their stuff ethically. And really, it's bigger than just you. It's about doing your part to make the online world a more inclusive, safer, and more accessible place for everybody.
And that really brings us to the final, most important question. This digital world, it's not standing still. It is constantly changing. New tech, new challenges, they're popping up all the time. So the real question for you isn't just about what you know right now. It's this: as technology keeps evolving, how will you evolve as a digital citizen?